Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you're new to the page, be sure to give us a like and a sub so you're not missing any of the content we have coming out. And today is Star Wars, Darth Vader issue number 5. Now you guys, I've really personally been enjoying this run. It's really been a lot of fun. You know, this story takes place after Luke had refused Vader's call to the dark side and he had escaped his grasp. So, you know, an enraged Vader goes out on the hunt for who's responsible for Padmé's death. And he had partnered with one of the Queen Amidala's handmaidens, Sabine. And her believing that Darth Vader is the one that betrayed her and ultimately killed Padmé, they had turned on her at the grave of Padmé Amidala. So without further ado, let's dive into this issue. So with the opening pages, we see Darth Vader standing over her grave. And he goes to open it up and is immediately met with distaste by Sabine, saying you can't desecrate her, you can't open that up. But he does it anyway. He doesn't listen to her, just opens it up, but not all the way. He stops because memories of her, like he doesn't want to see this himself. But the droid's able to scan with it just cracked enough. And he finds a med implant that's stamped and both traceable. Finding out the location, Sabine runs out and tells everybody, like, we need to get all the Amidalians together. We have a new destination. Pretty much that we're going to fight Vader. These are going to be the grounds that we fight him on. And Vader even lets them go. You know, one of the Death Troopers goes to stop them, but he stops the trooper from shooting them and says, go, tell them all to meet me there. And he arrives at POLIS Massa. And it seems most of the facility is destroyed. You know, it used to be a former rebel base, but it's been bombarded since then and there's not much left surviving. But there are some holotapes that they're able to watch, and they see her ship arriving there with 2 droids and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Unable to access the medical logs, they're trying to figure out what more they can find out. But then we have the arrival of all the Amidalians. And they see Vader and immediately start opening fire, not realizing that they're getting flanked by Death Troopers. And then all-out war breaks out, and we see Vader taking ships out of the sky with the Force and just smashing them into the ground. And they relatively just wipe the Amidalians out. Like, these guys are no match for the might of Vader and his Death Troopers. And they find a medical droid nearby, and the robot jacks into it and gets to the memory bank. And she calls out to Obi-Wan in the hologram that we see. And the robot makes a snide comment about how important Obi-Wan was to her, and Vader slices him in half. And this is when we hear Padmé say, there's good in him. I know it. There's still good in him. And this is where we see Vader fall back into who he was, to his child adolescence, remembering Padmé, missing her, regretting, just grief-ridden. And he returns to Coruscant and goes to the Emperor, and the Emperor asks him, you know, have you settled your business? And Vader says yes, but the Emperor knows this is a lie, and that he can sense all the grief that he has within inside of him. And he's going to replace that grief with fear, because he needs a reminder. He needs a reminder of the dark side, of the power, not to wallow in this grief. And that will be where this issue ends. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I really have been enjoying this Star Wars run. You know, I always love getting a little bit of in-between stories, you know, like the Rise of Darth Vader novel. So they're always real fun when the comics get into it in more in depth and exploring the characters. You know, I really love exploring the psyche and getting to understand Vader on a real personal level, because at the end of the day, he's just a broken individual. You know, did something thinking, even for selfish reasons, thinking it could save the love of his life, you know, and him doing all of this made him go to the dark side. And so now he's living day after day after day with the decisions that he made. You know, this is a crueler fate than death for him. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe to the page. And until the next video.